Good day, guys. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys had a great holiday or holidays, and I want to wish each and every one a happy new year. And I hope that this year is gonna be filled with greatness. Achieving greatness, killing the market. Yes, sir. So let's get right into the video. I have Volatility 75 today, and first I wanna talk about this trade, right? This is a previous trade that I took, and it was also sent on our free group, right? So from here, the time I talked about this trade, it was from this point here, right? And it had hit TP1 already. So after hitting that, or almost hitting TP2, the market reversed and it went right back into our stop loss zone, right? So from here, I don't want to say I was panicking because my risk was good, so I was not panicking, but I was monitoring this very, very cautiously. So the market again went back into the right direction. As you can see here, the market never closed above this zone actually here, which gave me more and more confidence to hold on to this trade, right? The interesting part that I want you guys to understand and learn and make it a skill is this here. So right after we hit TP2, right, this is when I closed a majority of my trades. I left about one or two trades running. For them to hit TP3. Why am I doing this? Guys, when you're trading, sometimes you have to understand that there are gonna be some trades where you're only gonna get TP1, right? Some days you might not even get TP1 or TP2, not TP at all. Like the market could come and reverse right from here and go and hit your stop loss. You understand? So what I want you to understand, you have to take what the market gives you, and at the same time, while you have targets, right? So for me, one of my rules instead of target is if I have 3 take profits, right? As soon as we hit TP2, right, I must close the majority of my trades and leave a couple of trades running. You understand? Like that, I'm securing my profits. You understand? So this is the skill that I want you to understand. Although this video, I don't want it to be long, so I don't want to talk about that too much. Anyway, I hope you did catch the little interesting part that I want you guys to understand. So now to the purpose of the video, which is today's market structure or this week's market structure. The first thing that you want to do, make sure you remove everything, restart your chart, right? And make sure that you relax, and then from this step, right, I want you guys to also understand this. If you know this already, then that's good for you. So another thing you must understand or teach yourself as a trader is you must analyze and trade what you see on the market. I hope you understood that. Analyze and trade what you see on the market. Do not analyze and trade what you think. I hope that you understand that statement. So this is throughout this video, it's what you're gonna see what I mean. Analyze and trade what you see and not what you think. So the next step here would be to zoom out the chart at least 4 times. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this so I can find the market structure here. So now there are a couple of ways which you can find your market structure, guys. So I'm going to be using trend lines, right? Some people, they might use other things, but I'm going to be using trend lines here. So I'm going to first draw the trend lines that are going to highlight my main structure, right? So remember, when you draw a trend line, make sure you join 2 points first before you can extend to the other side. So from here, just want to make sure that, see like that. So these trend lines, they represent my main structure. You understand? So the main structure here, I can see that it's showing me that, okay, this is a bearish market structure. Why? Because I'm seeing lower highs and lower lows. You understand? So because this is what I'm seeing, I want to take a further step to confirm that by tracing these swing points. You understand? Or by tracing these lower highs and lower lows, using my arrows so I can confirm that. So starting from here, I go here, lowest point. Normally I would say lowest point, highest point, lowest point, highest point, lowest point. You understand? Which is something like this. Let me show you guys. Lowest point, highest point, lowest point, highest point, lowest point. Normally I would do it like this, right? Which is like the more advanced way of doing it, right? But because I have an understanding that there could be beginners who are watching this video, right? So I'm gonna show you how to do it uh, like when you're still a beginner, so that you understand, you don't get lost. So this is how you should do it. So starting from this point, right, and you just go to this lowest point that you see here, right? You just extend here. You understand, like this. So why are you doing this? You have to find out which swing point caused the break of this swing point here, or what caused the breakage of this point here, if the words make sense, right? Yeah. So you do like this, right? So you can see that from here, it's coming from this side. You understand? So, and not this one, but this one. So you can see. You understand? Because this one, it's also just following this one. So come from here, and then you come from the lowest point here. Again, the same thing applies. You do this. Which one caused the break of this one? Which is right about there. Meaning that this one here, and it's coming from this swing point. Again, you have to extend all the way to the lowest one. Then here, you do the same thing, but here we do not have any break as of yet. You understanding? Okay. So now after you confirm with this tracing of the market structures point, I can fully confirm and be confident that, okay, yes, this is indeed a bearish market structure, because I have the lower highs and the lower lows, which I can see right here, right? Okay, I'm satisfied with that. But before I move on, right, I want to make sure that I highlight the strongest points of this market structure. So in a bearish market structure, the strongest points are the lower highs. You understand? And the lower highs are on this side. All right, this is a lower high, lower high, lower high here. You understand? So I'm gonna highlight this using a line. You understand? Because the market is not closer to this point. So if the market was close here, I was gonna use the zones. I was gonna put the two zones here. You understand? But I'm gonna come back to this when I've explained this part here. You understand? So just make sure you follow up. Do not do no skips. So, okay, after I have an understanding of that, the next step would be to understand the smaller structure, right? Remember, we were understanding the main structure. Now we are understanding the smaller structure, which is going to be inside here. You understand? And it's going to be between this lower high and this lower low here. You understand? So, again, from me just looking at this, I can see that, okay, this is like a bearish market structure, right? And I can use a trend line again to try and understand that. So here, just make sure the trend line is slightly different from that. So first touch, second touch here. Remember my rule about this third touch thing. Instead of you like just extending like this, right? Which is okay, right? It's okay. There's no problem with that. I just, feel like there's more to it when you just put it like this, because you have an understanding. Like you get what I'm saying? you have an understanding that, okay, from here, right, something's gonna happen. Like for example, if we're not if the market was not here, right, like this, if this was still blank, we'd have an understanding that here the market is gonna react and it's gonna give us either one of the two reactions. It's gonna buy or it's gonna sell. You understand? So as you can see from here, it's sold, right? But anyway, let me just extend this and hope that you guys are following here. So this is the trend line from understanding this small structure here, right? So, right, make sure you're following and you don't get lost. You'd have to draw another one from there, which is from this touch here. Right? So the next step would be for me to trace this market structure from here, and I want to use a different color. Right, so this is what I have here, which one caused the breakage, which is this one here. Then you're gonna go with this one. Then here, this is as a result of a fake breakout from this one here. Then we come there. So this is what we have, and I hope you can understand, right? So now I'm gonna remove this one, right, so that we can remain with this one, and I hope you can understand. So the smaller structure here is telling us that, okay, this is also a bearish market structure, and we have an understanding from that as to why this happened the way that it happened. So I believe from you following this small structure here, you can get an understanding as to why the market is moving the way it's moving currently, and possibly you could adapt to that and be able to take some trades, right? So from here, the next step be for me to highlight this small structure, just like we did here, right? So the only difference here is that I'm going to use the zones, right? I'm not going to use the line. So these are the box or the zones that I'm going to use. And yeah. So if you want to know why I'm drawing the way I'm drawing in terms of like that, this zones here, you have to go and watch one of my previous videos. I talked about that. So me highlighting these support and resistance areas, I'm simply highlighting a candlestick pattern. I'm putting one support resistance on the bearish one and one support resistance on the bullish one. You understand? So the rule is there has to be a candlestick pattern for that, and I hope you understood. So this is the way that I put it. And from this understanding, right, the blue one here is going to be the strongest one compared to this one, right? But all in all, they work in the same manner. You understand? It's just that for you to take your sales, right, the best possible way, the market has to be below this one, right? According to this understanding that I want you to get here. So for you to take your sales, I mean your buys, it will have to be above this blue support resistance area here. I hope that is clear. So from here, right, let me just make you guys understand this. So from here, right, if we had analyzed this before this actually happened, we would have managed to catch some of these trades here. So again, what I just explained, you understand, you would have found your trades here. So okay, guys, this is still the same thing applies here, just as long as you understand that, okay, in a bearish market structure, the best way you want to go about this is to capitalize on the selling opportunities. Okay, guys. Yes, we could have a pullback, which is what is happening right now. That's why this market is currently going up, right? Yes, the market is allowed to play around inside here. It's allowed to play as long as it doesn't break here. You understand? So all this could be as a result of a bullish pullback. You understand? But I still advise you that the best way you can do is follow the trend, right? If you don't want to follow the trend, you can follow the concept that I just explained here. make sure if you want to catch your buys, wait until you have a break above this, above here, right? And then you get to go with that. So the next step here, right, I want to explain because I explained this and this already happened. So how do you adapt to this here, right? Because the market is here and it's not here. So from here, just from you looking at this, right? Again, going back to this trend line, right? So the touches of a trend line, right? They can also act as support and resistance areas. I hope you guys understand that. So what does it mean? It means that here at any touch of a trend line, you could come up with an area of support or resistance. So from here, I'm pretty sure there's an area of support and resistance, and it's the one that you can use here to help you understand here. You understand? So you can just borrow one from here. Although we're gonna make it a different color. Okay. So here we go. Can't give me good with that. So this is the one which wanted you guys to understand. So I chose this Volatility 75 because I knew that the structure is this way and I wanted to explain this one, and I hope you guys can understand, because at times when I always have a video where the market structure is like as simplified as possible, you might think that things are easy, although I do advise that when you open your chart, right, and you try to analyze and you don't understand the market structure, just leave it. Go look for another one. You understand? But for this one, I hope you can understand and be able to adapt here. There's nothing complicated about this. This is simple. All right. So from here, right, you are understanding that that's what's happening. You understand? So after you highlight this on the small structure, right, you have to focus on this one and this point, meaning that the next possible target to come would be right about here, right? And we could make this just like that so that you understand. The next possible target would be coming all the way here, right? Remember, on the bigger structure, we are still yet to break this lower low here. You understand, guys? And if you are able to take a trade here, of which I can see clear signs here, although I still need a couple more confirmations for me to actually take this trade, but taking a trade here, right, as an example, you could target this area. So here, and obviously if you put your stop loss according to your rules and whatnot, right, this would be the potential outlook here. Then again, if you want to understand this furthermore, you can actually come up here and it can explain in terms of like what is happening, right? So this is what you have. Although you don't necessarily need this, I'm just saying if you still need more confirmation, but from this understanding, this is what I'm seeing. Okay, guys, and this is it, guys. I don't know if there could be still one. Okay, let me just explain this. So for me, right, for me to take this trade, and which is something that I always talk about in the private groups, although I don't know if I should share this here, but well, so the next step for me to come here would be for me to go to the 4-hour time frame and check the confirmation here first. You understand? So yeah, and come here to the 4-hour, check the confirmation. If the confirmation here on the 4-hour matches with what I'm seeing here on my 1-hour, right, then I would be confident enough to take this trade. So I hope you guys did get that point, and overall you understood this video and you learned something today. And I advise you guys, if you're watching this video, go and analyze this on your own from my own understanding here. Make it or analyze the chart in your way own understanding from this video, right? Or you can go duplicate this analysis to your chart, right? And simply follow what I'm saying and understand and catch a trade, right? This is it from me, guys. I hope that you learned something once again. Make sure that you follow us on our Twitter or all our social media platforms. I'm sure it's somewhere here on the screen. And make sure that you like, you share, you comment, do all those things. And I'll see you on another video.